Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today, what I want to show you guys is how we install these little wood plugs here. And if a company come here and they did about 150 insulation holes. If you want to take a quick peek of how many insulation holes we got. And generally what the insulation company will do is they'll come, they'll drill between the studs in the stud bays, they're called, and they'll pump their insulation in, 20 different kinds of insulation. Then they'll use some plugs, and there's actually about 5-10 different types of plugs they'll use. Some of them are cork, some of them are polyurethane, some are styrofoam, some of them are wood, and some of them are tapered, some aren't. These are wood and they're tapered, which are pretty good. Well, I was talking to the homeowner. He emailed me the picture of this, and I said, let me see what you got, and I'll price it over the internet. And so we were talking, and I said, well, when they get done with the plugs, call me and we'll come and patch it all. So he called me and says, well, gee, Kirk, they just left the plugs and said for me to patch them. So I told him, well, it's not a big deal. Go ahead and get some polyurethane caulking and patch them. And here's what this fella did here. Now he put some polyurethane caulking here, and he pushed this one in. We got about a 1/4 inch right here. That's okay, we can work with that, but we prefer about 1/2 inch to 7/8. This one's about a 1/4 inch, and this one's about a 1/2 inch. And he didn't cover the wood. No big deal. We're going to cover that wood for him. And I told him, man, that's wood. If water gets on there, they swell. You just don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tapered cork right here. I'm going to point out something. I'm going to pull these guys all off here. And this one here, to prove a point here, get these guys off. I'm going to put these corks in my pouch and show you guys, if you ever have this a company come out where they say, gee, you're on your own, caulk them yourself. Here's some tips, guys. Get a good polyurethane caulking. I just prefer this brand here, but why a polyurethane caulking? Because it's an adhesive as well as a waterproofing. And what I did is I cut my tips straight. If you cut it huge like this, you'll make a huge mess, plus at an angle. Let's see. All right, what I'll generally do, guys, is to prove a point, I shove this cork right through the hole. And what he's done is he said, geez, they're going through the holes, and plus I'm having issues. What I generally do is I'll take the hole, the surround right here, blow it out, and I'll put my caulking in this. I'll show you how I do it. Okay, I just punctured this tube here, and what I'll do is I'll stick it to the edge right here. Now that I stuck it to the edge, I'll take my cork or my wooden plug and I'll pop that guy in there. Now, what I can do too is take a screwdriver, excuse me, and tap it in there, so where it's in there that's about 7/8 of an inch. Then I'll take my caulking here and I'll go around it. I'll start here and I'll just plug it up. And what I'm doing basically is just covering the wood, just like that. And I'll do all the holes just like this here. And that way, it's plugged in there. The caulking holds it, seals it. This way, that wood plug can never get wet. And again, these guys here, what I'll do is I'll just add a little bit of extra waterproofing around each one. This way, the wood also is watertight, because we don't want that to get wet. Wood, when it gets wet, guys, I don't care what type of wood it is, well, maybe pressure treated, it'll swell. So we don't want that to swell. And you might say, well, gee, can't you do this and put some caulking on the plug itself? And I say, yes, you can do that, but then you're looking at a sticky mess, meaning now we got that sticky mess and we put it in here. A lot of the mess ends up on the edges here. And when I tap that guy in, say, tap that guy in just right. And here's another thing too, guys. If they put a lot of insulation in here, it will keep pushing it out. That's what he had an issue with. It kept pushing it out. But you just tap it enough times and it'll hold in there. That one's held real nice. And the reason I put the caulking around the exterior of the stucco is the stucco will catch my next coat and adhere it. Where this, I'll have to put a bonding agent on it, so I really don't want that mess around it. Anyhow, what I generally do too, guys, is I'll carry a rag with me, and any crap that gets on that tip, I'll get it off, because when you're doing this right here, it makes it a lot easier to have this tip clean. After a few thousand holes, guys, you'll learn all this stuff anyhow. Anyway, guys, I wanted to show you some techniques on doing this, and then once this sets, we can go ahead and do our plugs. I actually have quite a few videos on how to do stucco work and match these finishes. If you want to see any of those, just click right here. Jay will include that video, and you can see how we do the actual patchwork. This is the actual plug work, and I'll tell you guys, don't skip. Get a polyurethane caulking if you're going to do this, and know they will kind of pop in and out, and just have a little patience, and after about 50 to 100 you'll get the clue and the idea of how to do these right. Anyway, guys, my name is Kirk, Jason on the camera. As usual, folks, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.